with the box over there? What's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box, man? What's in the box? Oh God! What's in the box? What's in the box? What's going on, prospectors? Dig Daddy out here in the shed, bringing you another episode of Backyard Prospecting. We got a little different one for you here today. Today we're checking out, who is it? Leadville paydirt. Now, they have a special going on right now. It's their, what do they call it? Their Lode Gold Mine Run from the Colorado Gold Camp. Now, basically what that is they're digging in and they're saying, hey, this is the raw stuff. We're going to fill a box of it. Good luck. You may find gold. You may find silver. Let's read the description while we're here. Hell, I'll post it up for you so you can read it for yourselves. But basically, this listing, $40 was how much we paid for it. $15 prior to shipping was included. I'll have to go back and double check that, but it was a fairly decent price. But what that got you is one medium flat rate box full of hard rock ore from their lode mine. Unsearched material may contain ore specimens, heavy minerals, pyrites, crystals, gold, silver, and various other minerals that are associated with hydrothermal gold veins. This historic mine produced a lot of stuff. The ore grades ran from 4 to 7 to 10 to 22 ounces per ton of free milling gold. They say that's what things are made, the dreams are made of. Now, keep in mind, this dirt is unsearched, unsalted. This is raw the way it comes out. So they're not throwing anything extra in there for you, so you get what you get. So it's a little bit of a gamble. And I was looking for something new and something fresh, and I wanted to throw the dice out there. Every now and then I like to buy a scratcher, and let's see if this takes care of that itch. So you saw that up there. Link down below if you want to pick one up for yourself. But here we go. There's a lot of dirt here. The shipping label says it's 23 pounds. I'm gonna go with that because I don't think my little scale would go this high anyways. Either of my scales. So we're gonna trust it is what it is. What we bought was an amount, not a weight. One flat rate box, and this puppy is full. As we open it up and we see what's in the box. Thank you, Bradley. 2 postal bags. Man, they really didn't spare no expenses on this, did they? Two postal bags full of load-bearing dirt. There you go. Straight up is what it is. There's no protections here. The dirt's just shoveled in as is. So there you go. We're going to pour this out so you guys can get a closer look. Let's see what we find. Don't go anywhere. All right, welcome back. We got a tub. Because there's a lot of dirt here, we're going to pour it off into the tub so we can get a good look at it. This isn't the kind of stuff we're going to be able to take straight to the sluice, because obviously there's a lot of big chunks in here that we're going to have to do something with. But at least we can get an idea of what we're working with. But this is as close as you're going to get to dipping your own shovel into their pay pile, which is what a lot of people are after. You know, as much as we love grabbing that gold, sometimes we want the real experience too. We want the chance of riches. Now, as far as packaging, nothing to write home about here. Box and bags, pretty straightforward, because they're not really, it's not precious dirt just yet till you find that gold. But this is what we're working with. Some big old chunks of rock in here. We'll have to maybe crush these up later. Bring a hammer in here. Make it scrape right off the bedrock. There you go. So what's this? A little piece of something shiny. Probably just mica. Yeah, it looks like mica. Alright, so what I think we're going to probably do is take a sampling of this, run it down the sluice, and see what we get. It's too much material to run it all. Maybe I'll have to bust out the big classifiers and break it down a little bit. And then we'll go from there. But this is what we're working with. Bring it down, get a closer look. That load-bearing material. Alright, we got our big classifier. We don't get to break that out very often. We're going to put that baby to use today. Lots of big chunks in here. Okay. So there's the plus quarter-inch stuff. That's our plus quarter. Pretty hefty pile. Some stone here that's falling apart. Fall that apart into the bucket. Now a lot of this I think I could probably put through the crusher, pulverize it down even smaller, and then run it as pay dirt. In fact, that is exactly what I plan on doing. Seeing a lot of material that has some nice shiny to it. I know a lot of it's just mica, but you never know, it could be a little chunk of gold stuck in there. That's what we're hoping anyways. unstable stuff. Wants to crush apart. I saw something really shiny. It may have just been mica, but it could have been a piece of silver. But that's what we got. Bring it in closer. That's our big material. Everything over a 1/4 inch. Like I said, we'll take it back, smash it, put it through the crusher, see if we can find some more gold, or some gold in here, or something in here. There was mention of crystals. I haven't seen any crystals. Just a bunch of mica, and a bunch of material that wants to break apart. And decomposing material is good, because that means it's ready to break up and give up that gold if there's any in it. But alright, we can't do much of anything with this right now, so we're going to move all this pile over to the side. We'll keep on classifying. Ta-da! Wish I had that Windows sound right there. I'll find it. But here's our dirt. Jeez. That was a lot of work. Had to bust out the full-size classifiers. There's a huge amount of dirt here. Huge amount of rocks here. This is going to take a while. But here's what we got. I can't even get it all on the screen at the same time because there's so much in these pans. I don't want to make anything fall. But we're going to start. I already showed you the plus big stuff. Next down is the sub minus 10. I'm not sure if my big classifiers line up with my small classifiers, but this is what I use. The sub 10 or the plus 10 stuff. We got so much of it in here. Let me move this up. We got so much. It's up to the bottom of the top riffle in the China sluice. This is what you would say is way too much to try to pan out. This is just the plus 10. But that's what we got. A lot of material there. Lots to go through. Probably not much of any gold, if any. But we'll run it anyways. Next up is this beast of a pile. This is what you would call an absolutely full and then some pan. Most of the material, aside from the big giant pieces, most of the material we found here in the plus 20. And there's just a ton of it. I'm probably going to have to break this up just so I can wet it all and run it down the sluice properly. I'm going to have to clean out the sluice catch a couple of times to get through all this dirt. 23 pounds is a lot of material, but most of it is right here. Huge pile, well above the top rim of the pan. Kind of makes me a little nervous. But look at that. Full pan. This stuff's got it out for us today. So there's a lot of material here. Tons to work with. Let me safely scoot this way, and now we'll check out the sub 40. Also, a very full pan of the soft sands. There you go. Now, we'll check here for any magnetics, because this is where a majority of them wind up anyways. Stick that magnet way deep down in there, because that's where the magnetics like to go hide. Pull it up, and nearly nothing. Nothing at all. Little itty bitty bits. Little tiny amount. That's it. That's kind of amazing for as much material as we have. But apparently this isn't heavy material. It's very light. And so that shouldn't pose too much of a problem at the end when we go to clean it all up. Alright. So let me figure this situation out real quick. Get the sluice ready to go. And we'll run us some dirt. Don't go anywhere. Alright, so I decided I'm going to start off here with the plus 10 stuff. Or I'm sorry, the plus 20 rather than the plus 10. One, because I've got so much of it. And two, is depending on what I find here will determine whether I want to even do that. And why I'm thinking that is I'm feeling like a lot of this is just going to be super fine stuff. And so running some of this plus 20 stuff will let me know if I should run that 10 stuff now or go ahead and crush that down too. and try to get the finer gold out of whatever it might be stuck in. Now, there is a lot of organics in this material. Keep that in mind. You might want to wash it down. I'm just going to run it all, because here we are. So far, I'm not seeing anything, but it might be a little bit too early to say that. All right. Now we've run the 10 or the sub 20 stuff, or the sub 10 plus 20. And I have a feeling we'll have a good idea of what the rest of this dirt's going to look like. That was the majority of the pay, and I just didn't see many indicators. So we're going to see where we're at now. If there's anything shiny in the gold zone, then I'll be eating my words happily. But we'll see. Let's get a little clean water to clean off the silt so we can see what we got. Alright, let's see if there's anything worth seeing in here. I don't see anything. Let's take a closer look. We usually say, there's your gold, baby, but today, it's where's my gold, baby? So not seeing anything here, but you never know. Little pieces and stuff could be hiding underneath the rocks there. We'll get the old pan out here and see if there's anything worth seeing, I guess. Okay. So what we've got is a ridiculously small amount of flour gold. Little itty bitty specks up in there. Probably some of that's actually mica. I'm counting most definitely maybe about 20 itty bitty pieces. I mean, we're talking fly poop. There's really not much going on there. And for as much material, that's maybe $1 worth of gold right there. I mean, we haven't processed everything, but if this is an indicator of what we should expect, well, let's... Can I have my time back? There's much better offerings, I think, you'll find for 40 bucks. Okay, whoop-a-doo. All right, welcome back. So, there's so much material here. I'm thinking I'm just going to run it in small batches. Maybe break this up into 3 or 4 parts. But I ran the majority, or the amount that had the majority of material there. And so far, a little bit of fly poop, very, very minimal gold. If I had a ton of this stuff, maybe it might make enough to make worth going through it. But so far, it's been a lot of work. And my water is freaking milkshake and twigs. That's what water's looking like today. So bear in mind, this is like Roaring Camp. This is natural pay dirt, very dusty. You might even want to rinse it off before you run it down. Now, I didn't want to get it all wet because I have the plan to take this larger material, especially now, to take the plus 10 and the plus 1/4 inch, and I'm going to run that through the rock crusher to see if we can smash it down. I'm fairly confident there's no big gold in here, but what there is a lot of fine stuff. Now, that fine stuff is going to be stuck in these rocks, so I'm going to pulverize it, powderize it, and make it all like this sub 40 stuff, and then we'll go back and see what we got. I don't feel like I'm giving a really fair review at this point, only because I've only ran a portion of the material. Alright, so after I finished recording the last part of the video, I thought to myself, you know what, that review sucked. That's not even a review. So I thought, I'll go ahead and pan out all the really fine stuff. And when I do that, that should give me a good idea of what was in the overall of this pay dirt. And that'll also let me know if it's even going to be worth my time to bother crushing up all this other bigger material. Because this should be a representative of, there was, a 1/4 of the material was this fine stuff, so 1/4 of the gold should be represented there, roughly-ish, by an estimate of whatever. And I think the continued processing of this dirt is probably going to get put on hold for a while until I've got nothing else to do. Because that's all the gold I even found in here anyway. There's your gold, baby. Squint if you can't see it. There's... Let's see if I can get a good angle. Maybe you'll be able to see it on the camera. My main point is I shouldn't struggle this hard to show you the gold that's in the dirt. So there's just a very tiny amount of flour in here. Like, this is all very super fine stuff. Less than 1/2 of a gram. Like, even if I process all this, unless I just somehow hit a magical nugget, which I'm sure I would have already seen, I might pull 1/10 of a gram of gold out of this dirt. And I don't know. I don't see it. For all the work, I could have got something from Lynch Mining and gotten more gold, more tangible gold, because this is super fine. I'm probably going to lose it by the time it even makes it into any vial. It's so fine, But again, I think this is more of an experienced dirt than pay dirt, I guess. I don't know. I would probably not buy this one ever again. A lot of dirt, a lot of organics, a lot of mess, a lot of wasted junk material, because I don't even know if I'm going to bother with the other half of this bag. It doesn't seem like it's worth the effort. But I guess some people like the experience of crushing up the rocks to find maybe a tiny, tiny, tiny flake of gold. It's that chase of the hunt that gets you. I think for myself, real pay dirt that has a set amount is the better way to go, because you know what you're getting, and you know you're not going to be disappointed because you know what at minimum to expect. So I think I'm going to stick with the seeded stuff, just so I know that I'm not throwing my money away. Because, yeah, there you go. Dig Daddy, signing out. Peace.